Lee and Cheryl have spent nearly 4 years searching Spain for the right property in which to breed snails.
Oh, so you can see him, he's giving it one.
Now they've decided to base themselves temporarily in a rented apartment near Marbella.
Oh, that's lovely.
So, back in Wales, Lee adds the mod cons to their travelling arrangements.
It had to be a flushing loo, and it had to have the blue stuff in it. Right.
While after 33 years, Cheryl puts in her last day at the family insurance business.
We'll give you a ring, I promise you. I love you very much.
But as she says goodbye to her friends and colleagues, Lee is noticeable by his absence. He's having last-minute doubts about the move.
We're not going to say anything against you now, so don't even think about it.
And the following morning sees a full and frank exchange of views.
Because I'm not going to change now. Not at 49 years of age.
I haven't got enough time to go on again if I make the balls up this time. Like 20 years ago, you didn't even think about it. But those days are gone. And all the money we've got, I've got to make it work for us because we're not going to get another chance.
But finally, love triumphs over fear.
I love you to pieces, you know that.
There's just one day left before Lee and Cheryl depart for Spain. Most of their belongings have been packed and ready to go for the past 3.5 years, but it's always those last-minute essentials that catch one out.
In the middle of all this packing, we went to an antique fair last Sunday.
Which we shouldn't have done.
We shouldn't have done.
And we've bought more stuff now that we've got to pack.
And so she buys another wooden dog, would you believe? Look, this has got to go to, for God's sake, Spain.
Lovely.
Trepidatious is the word, I think. We might come back broke in a couple of years if we do the snails. You win some, you lose some. Let's hope we win.
You're not going yet, girls. It's not till the morning. Right.
So, with a mixture of excitement and trepidation, they're almost ready to go.
Right.
And that's it, Bob's your uncle. I've told you the story of the top box, have I?
Me?
But first, they must say goodbye to Lee's gran.
She's 102, and as long as she's alive, he will keep coming back to visit her.
The thought of leaving his grandmother has undoubtedly been a contributing factor in Lee's inability to commit to Spain over the years.
Well, good evening.
He's not yet told his gran that he'll be leaving, and tonight is a social night at the old folks' home, so Lee must break the news and say his goodbyes in a very public arena.
You've had your aid then?
But you're all right. And I've got your medicine.
So I'll put that in the kitchen, all right?
We've got a big bag of sweets there for you. Look at that for a bag of sweets. Give us some welly.
There you are.
That's your favourite, isn't it? I'll go out there and I'll come back in a minute and see you.
I'm going to say goodbye. Just tell her we're going on holiday. She's giving you a treat.
It's for me, is it? Coming out. When I get you full. Oh, yes. Right. So, we're going on holiday tomorrow. So I'll be back to see you in a couple of weeks, all right? And you'll be all right, because I've got lots of medicine. And I'll see you in a fortnight, okay?
Yeah.
All right, then. Right, that's it. I'll see you later. I love you to pieces. All right? Bye-bye.
I'll go stick these in the kitchen.
D-Day, a moment Cheryl never thought would come.
Come on in. Come on, this is it. Come on.
After years of heartache, disappointments and false starts, they're finally heading for Portsmouth and their ferry to France.
Hello.
Hello. Right, we got 2 dogs. Yeah?
Okay, so that was actually Johnson, the name, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you take those back.
Thank you.
Just roll that into the
Lovely, thank you. Well, there's it. 2 pooches.
There's an hour's delay announced on their ferry's departure, so they'll have to be patient and wait.
All we got to do is sit and wait for how long? What's the time now?
Dunno.
11:20. Oh, not long.
Although it looks like some people have been waiting a lot longer. So, Lee, what's your plan with the dogs? Are you going to...
When I'm on board, I'm going to nip in the back. I'm going to pull the curtains across, and I'm going to stay in the back with the dogs.
Well, that's not allowed, is it?
Well, will they know? I don't think they'll know. They won't take any notice.
It's a 5-hour crossing.
I know, I can sit in the back with the dogs. They'll be all right then. They're calm, they'll be quiet.
5 hours?
Yeah, no problems.
What do you think of that, Cheryl?
I think he's mad, but he's that stupid over the animals that he's worried about them being stressed out and being on their own for so long. So he wants to do it, and I can't talk him out of it, so I'm keeping out of it, basically.
I've just given them double doses of knock-you-out drops, but they not appear to be working, so...
You should take some yourself.
Yeah, I probably will.
So, after an hour's wait, it's finally time to board the ship.
That way.
I know.
Lee needs privacy to put his plan into action, so he must wait until the last minute before slipping into the back with the dogs.
Just get in quick.
But Lee is not the first person to have tried this, and for obvious reasons of safety and security, the ferry companies keep an eagle eye open for car deck stowaways.
Just shut up and keep quiet. Oh, my God.
So for Cheryl, it could not be a more nerve-wracking moment.
Oh, flipping heck, I hope this works.
You nearly done, yeah?
Sorry?
You're nearly done. Got
Yes.
to go up.
Yeah.
Make your way up.
Yeah, I'm
Is
going
there
now,
someone
thank
about,
you. Yeah, I got 2 dogs in there.
Yeah? Is your husband there, or... Because he needs to come up.
Can't open it from the inside,
Yeah? Is that all right? They're not going to jump out?
Hello.
Nearly done, sir. Got to make our way up now.
Oh, they're all right. The dogs are all right.
Yeah.
Can I stay down here with them?
Nobody can come on the vehicle deck, join a
I got a £50 note. I can stay down.
Oh, for God's
I can't
sake,
do that,
don't
I'm
make it
afraid.
any worse.
You can come down and visit the dogs after he's sailed. Once we're clear of the berth, come and see me at reception or any one of the reception team. We'll get somebody to bring you down.
You
Nothing
can't
we
turn
can
a
do.
blind eye on...
I can't turn a blind eye.
All right.
Someone will bring you down.
As long as I can come down.
Under the circumstances, the officer is very understanding.
Yeah.
Have they got water in that?
Oh, not going to give them water.
You're not giving them water?
No. Stay there. This is a...
Oh, look, no dogs.
I know, but it's
Right,
except the
okay.
guide dogs. I could have had Tilly in one hand and Brandy in the other.
You can come down at any time. I've told
Right.
you that.
All right.
You can't stay though. See, this door seals. This door seals, and you can't get down here then.
Right.
What are we going to France for?
We're going to start a snail farm if
Oh,
we
yeah?
ever get there.
Whereabouts?
Well, we don't know yet. No, Spain we're going.
You're on the wrong
with.
ship then. We go to France.
But it seems that their ferry will not be going to France either. There's a technical problem, and in the interests of safety, the captain has reluctantly had to cancel the crossing.
It's going to be at least an hour. At least an hour.
Lee and Cheryl cannot believe it.
Sailing is now cancelled. We need you to go very soon, I'm afraid.
It is the pits, absolutely. I just knew something like this was going to happen, absolutely, the pits.
Lee, Cheryl and the dogs were finally about to sail for France when their ship developed technical problems. The ferry company are doing all that they can to reroute the passengers. So, instead of going to Cherbourg, they must now try to get onto another ship sailing to Le Havre.
Going on to the next ship. The ship next door is going to be sailing now soon, shortly.
Alongside, not
And, oh yeah, alongside, sorry.
Hello.
The dogs, meanwhile, were drugged 4 hours ago and have totally lost track of what day it is. Lucky them.
And the peasants will out on board reception.
Lovely,
All right,
thank
very
you.
much.
So you're not in with the dogs in this ferry then?
No.
No, he's not.
The geezer wouldn't take a dab in your hand, and
That was
she's
the
got,
last one,
and
and
she
he's
threw a
not
bit.
trying it again.
Yeah.
let him try it?
No, he's been
I
told
just
no.
asked the guy then. There was 3 of them there, so he wouldn't.
Looking to be getting away in about 15 minutes now, but I'll speak to you just as soon as we are getting just about underway to give you a more accurate ETA arrival in Le Havre.
So, finally, they depart for France. And with an uncharacteristically romantic gesture, Lee decides to mark the historic moment with a spot of bubbly.
Thank
you very much.
Woo!
Did you think this day would ever come?
Never ever.
No, we didn't.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good luck.
Thank you very, very
Thank
much.
you very much. Now you can have some more.
Oh, thank you.
Now we're on our way. I'm feeling relief, that's all. Just relief.
And at 59, it's another new start. This is about the 6th one I've made in my life. So let's hope this is the last one.
Right,
There you go.
okay. So, cheers for the future.
The sun is going down.
On my first day of freedom.
So this is the life?
It sure is.
Oh, it
This is the first
definitely
day
is.
of the rest of her life. And she's loving every minute of it.
I am. I'm very, very relaxed and happy.
Because I think when you get perhaps to my age in life, you think, well, hang on a minute. What do you want? And to go to a new country with my wife or Cheryl.
My wife or Cheryl?
Well, Cheryl, my wife. How do I put it? She's worried now. Cheryl's worried now because, would you believe, all the money is in my name.
Don't tell everybody because they'll think I'm mad because nobody will believe I could be that stupid.
And she's escaped with me. She never thought it was going to happen. And now we got to breed snails. And she won't even eat them.
They finally arrive in France 5.5 hours later than expected, and they're mightily relieved to be there. But not as relieved as the dogs, who by now have been cooped up for over 10 hours.
There's a good girl. Tilly.
The following morning, and as the sun rises over Le Havre, Lee and Cheryl are to be found a few miles outside the town.
What I cried for, you know you've got the brand of kisses that I died for. You know you made me love.
So, Cheryl, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Well, sorry to disturb you.
That's okay, no problem.
What are you doing here?
Well, last night was a disaster because the ferry was delayed and then we ended up going to Le Havre instead of Cherbourg. We just pulled off. We just couldn't find the campsite. It was just too late. So we just pulled off the road and just stopped here to have a sleep because we were just so tired. So here we are, I'm afraid.
So
Not actually sure where we are, but never mind.
Lee, what are you doing?
I'm having a shower because we've been 24 hours on the ferry. but I refuse to stay dirty. So I've got my patented #1 shower.
You didn't fancy that then, Cheryl?
Absolutely no way on the planet.
You know you made me love you.
The man is mental. There's just no doubt about it. He's mad.
Get your kit off.
No way.
Get
I'm gonna.
your kit off.
I'll swill my face with some of this hot water now,
It's nice and warm.
and that'll do me.
Well, Lee may have no inhibitions, but the owner of the field, and therefore his temporary neighbour, is not so broad-minded when confronted by the early morning spectacle of his Welsh rarebits.
Lee, say something.
I'm sorry. I won't be long. I'll be 5 minutes.
C'est privé, c'est chez moi. J'habite ici, c'est ma maison. Qu'est-ce que vous faites là? Dormir ici et prenez une douche?
5 minutes.
We'll be gone. We'll be gone. I'm very, very sorry. English, yes.
Ici,
No, no, no.
Non,
Welsh,
non,
Welsh.
c'est pas possible.
Help.
Ah, maintenant, les Anglais, pas permis. Il y a déjà assez d'Anglais ici. Et vous allez repartir tout de suite, sinon j'appelle la police. Allez, oui, vous partez 5 minutes. Hein? 5 minutes. Terminé. Et tout ça, tous ces bazars et les chiens. Incroyable. Raconte-moi.
God.
It's getting from bad to worse, this place.
Just hurry up and let's get off here. You can understand her being upset.
Well, not really. It's only an empty field.
Oh, but it's her private property.
Listen, if the French pee in the middle of the road with nothing, you just stand there and have a pee. They can put up with me having a bit of a shower in the middle of a field.
Oh.
It's okay.
She's still watching us, mind, so you better hurry up. It's really bad.
Overexposure, that's all they can have me for.
So the wagons roll, and Lee and Cheryl begin the long drive south. Three days later, and as they cross the border, the Spanish roads reverberate once again with the familiar sound of Lee and Cheryl's sparky philosophical debates.
Look, 220 kilometres is 140 miles. That's what I'm going by. So it's got to be about 150 miles.
It's not 150.
I use the...
230.
Shush! What's that called?
What?
That brown thing there.
The speedometer,
That's
right?
the one.
Yeah, this is a van, yes.
I use the speedometer to work it out,
right, yeah.
because it's got kilometres as well as
That's
miles.
right,
So
it's
all
not-
you do is read that. But you, because there's something wrong with you, you add it up and it doesn't add up right.
Lee now decides to head towards the coast. He's heard that there's a snail institute of all things in Girona, and they're keen to make
I
contact.
wonder if I could speak to Raphael. Ah, hello.
Lee is anxious to learn about the snail market in Spain and get some hints as to how the competition operate.
That was a chap called Raphael. He works at the Snail Institute in Girona, and he's offered to take us to see a snail farm. So we're going to meet him and go there tomorrow.
The snail farm is situated some 15 kilometres outside of the beautiful medieval city of Girona. And this visit will be invaluable for Lee and Cheryl because from now on their financial future may well depend on their success at rearing snails. The accommodating Raphael from the Snail Institute has turned up to translate for them because Fernando, the snail farmer, speaks very little English. Unlike the dark snail farm sheds they saw in Britain, Fernando's operation is a breath of fresh air, providing a more natural habitat.
So the snails will be on this.
They will eat a little bit this, and some food he will give to them.
This is really good. Oh, it is fantastic. This is nothing like in England. No greenery at all in England. Nothing.
I know. I've been studied the system of England, and it's very, very different.
The snail's not so good.
No. This is the cover for snails.
Yeah, they
So
hide away.
I see.
Apparently, a healthy snail is a strong snail, as Raphael is keen to demonstrate. But Lee is a big lad and doesn't trust his own strength.
you will not break
Go on,
it.
you try.
Try
I'll try it, yeah.
Try it.
Oh, yeah, that's really, really
Make-
strong.
This is brilliant.
Let's have a look the other.
And should any of these lucky mollusks ever become curious as to what the world is like outside their snaily Shangri-La, they're in for a shock, literally.
I'm just wondering about this.
Yeah.
This is electric.
This is electric.
So how come there are some snails?
But it's not foolproof. The sneakier snails have perfected a technique for piggybacking their way out. Lee is inspired.
This is exactly as I wanted to do it. So what I would do, every year, you clean all the snails out, you fill it full of worms, let the worms turn it into compost,
And away you go.
away we go.
Yeah.
Get rid of the compost and we start all over again.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
That's it. This is absolutely brilliant.
I
It's
saw it.
exactly as we want to do it on our farm, so thank you very much.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Filled with renewed enthusiasm, Lee and Cheryl hit the road again. They're heading 400 kilometers or so down Spain's eastern coastline and into the barren, semi-desert vistas of Almeria. In the past, these harsh mountain landscapes and dry, arid conditions made Almeria the #1 European location for shooting westerns. So this is cowboy country, and Lee is feeling strangely at home. But it's getting late, and they'll need to bed down for the night. And this rural hostel, when they eventually get to it, is basic but cozy. So, as night falls, they're feeling very mellow.
The meal we've had, you couldn't fault in a five-star
Which
hotel.
they cooked for us. Fantastic, absolutely.
The wine, we don't really know what this is, but
It's what's the opposite to an aperitif? To finish off the meal. Digestive.
booze.
Oh, Lee, come on. Oh, but it's very, very potent.
And it's very, very nice. And we've got the fire, we've got the
lovely.
atmosphere, etc. This is the kind of property we would love.
But it's not for sale.
No.
But it's the
not
sort
for
of
sale,
thing
but
that we
this
would
is
love.
the type of thing we would love to live. This is it. This is, you couldn't put it any better if we tried. Right. Here we are. How'd they walk in these?
In the next programme, Lee fulfills a lifelong ambition and proves that he is the biggest cowboy of them all.
I kill you. You not kill me. Never.
And after their long trek, they finally arrive at Journey's End.
I am not heard. Home sweet home.
Oh, I tell you what, it is a joy to be here.
But then, a dramatic change in the weather brings an even more dramatic change in Lee's mood.
I'm so petty and stupid, wasting money on drying. If the sun had come out, it would have been dry.
If the sun had come out. But the sun didn't come out, did it?
But
For
so
4
what?
frigging days.
Could this be the end of Cheryl's dreams?
I am, yes. I agree with you 100%. I'm a defeatist.
Oh, will you get him out of here?